Hey sister girl, welcome back to my channel. So I'm going to be reviewing this wig that I got from Amazon Prime. It's by Quinlux Wigs. It was advertised as a transparent HD 13x4 loose wave 12-inch wig, but I can sit here and tell you that it's not an HD lace wig. For sure, it's not. It's more of like a medium brown tint to transparent lace wig, which is cool. It's still a good wig, to be honest. It's 130% density, which is great because I'm going to be cutting it, so it's going to be, you know, a shortcut. So you don't want like your shortcuts to be super thick anyways, because then your head starts to look like a helmet, and that's not cute, you know. The wig did come with 4 extra combs in it for security, which is great. You can definitely wear this wig as a glueless wig if you add an elastic band. At the end of the video, I'm going to show you guys how I apply my elastic blend, so that way my clients and I could wear our wigs as glueless. You just use a little bit Got2b spray and call it a day. Fast forwarding, I am going to basically repart this wig first. It is parted on the side that I like, but I'm going to repart it because the part wasn't deep enough. But parting is very key and very important when it comes to placing highlights into the hair. I'm going to be doing more of a balayage effect, so I don't have to like be very specific when it comes to applying the enlightener. But first things first, we have to protect ourselves. So, you know, the hair store was closed, obviously, because we're going through a pandemic. So I did have my blue rubber gloves. So I'm going to be using these gloves as long as you're using something to protect your hands whenever you're using a chemical like color, enlightener, you know, anything like that. Next things next, you're going to need some foils. If you don't have these type of foils, I'm pretty sure you have like aluminum foil that you cook with. You can use that. And then you're gonna also need like a little paddle board. I got this from the beauty supply store. It was like $2.99. But if you don't have something like this, you can use like the back of a handheld mirror. But you're gonna want to use this because it gives you more control when it comes to applying the enlightener, which is very important. And placement is important because you don't want to have like patches in your head. So saturation is key as well. So I'm not really going to go into too many details with like what products that I use, because you can use whatever you want. For the enlightener, the consistency that I like is like a cake batter type of consistency. Like I said, it gives me more control of like where I want to place, you know, the enlightener on the hair. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, first things first, I just make sure that I saturate the ends of each section. After I saturate and make sure that the hair is saturated with the enlightener, I do take the end of the brush and I lightly stroke up the hair, so that way this technique basically eliminates you having like harsh lines in your hair. Having those harsh lines is not cute, and not even curls can hide that shit. Moving but another technique you can also use is every time you part your hair. I didn't do this in the video, but I'm telling you, when you part your hair, before you apply the enlightener, you can just tease the hair a little bit and then apply the lightener. And then you can also, you know, do the light feather strokes as well, and that will just ensure that you don't have any harsh lines in your hair, because I'm telling you, like, that is not cute, especially if you ran the hair straight. It's not going to be cute. And I just work my way all the way up. I just go section by section. I like to do the back first and then the front, but this process really fast because I use a 50 volume developer. If you're new to this, I wouldn't suggest you use a 50 volume developer because it's going to process too fast, and if it processes really fast and you're not paying attention, you can over process the hair, which can really damage the hair, and it can like make the hair really rubbery and elastic type of texture. But basically the hair will end up breaking, and your wig will just be ruined and you will have to throw it away. So it would just be like a waste of money. So I would suggest you use more of like a 30 volume developer to 40 the max, but you have to be cautious and like you have to be aware of the pieces that are processing. But the back processed pretty fast, so I just went on ahead and I rinsed the back out first, and then when the front was ready, I rinsed the front. There's really no timing, to be honest, because every hair is different. So you just have to keep your eyes on it. Like, don't be wandering off and going, you just have to keep your eyes on it. And then after I rinsed all of the stuff out, I shampooed and I conditioned. I used Tresemme. You don't have to use Tresemme, but I like to use Tresemme Smooth Infusion. While it's wet, I do like to go ahead and I pluck the frontal. I pull like the hairs that I would most likely use for the baby hairs out first, and then I just go ahead and pluck directly on the hairline. And then I also like part maybe like 3 times behind the hairline and pluck, so that way it has like a nice smooth gradient effect, and it's just not like this harsh hairline, because that's not cute. But yeah, I do that, and then after that I'm done for the most part. You don't have to use a toner because it lifts a pretty good nice ombre honey type of brown color, especially since the beauty supply stores are closed anyways. We don't really have access to toners unless you order it online. But if you're a beginner, like this is honestly like a perfect look. You don't need a toner if this is the color that you're going for. Toners are great though. If you could get your hands on some toner, get some toner, but you really don't have to. But yeah, I let it sit overnight and let it air dry. I didn't want to put too much heat to it because I am going to be styling it. I don't want to put too much heat on it because it is processed hair. So first things first, I take my heat protectant and I spray that all over the hair, and then I just brush that through with the paddle brush, and then after that, I do like to use my Got2b spray. I spray that on the hairline just to mold the hairline a bit. And then I take my hot comb and then I press it in the direction that I want it to go. So this is going to be a side part to the left. So I just like use my Got2b spray and I take my hot comb and I like form it down to the direction that I want it to go. I mean, you could use mousse. I like to use my Got2b. This is just my technique. My technique isn't the only way to do it. This is just my way to do it. You can either follow me or not. After I use my Got2b spray, I do go back in with some mousse and I use my hot comb again. And then I take my little edge control or edge scarf and I put that down to just mold it a little bit while I straighten the hair. So I go ahead and I straighten the hair. I use the comb over method to straighten the hair. As you can see that there is no harsh lines and this wig is like... So yeah, I just went ahead and cut off the ends because they were looking a little raggedy and straggly and that was not cute. And then after that, I use my 1.5 inch curling iron to basically curl the hair. I do like to, I don't like to have like those perfect curls. I like to have like the messy, like, I like messy looks because I want it to look effortlessly and flawless and effortless. So I just go ahead and I curl the hair and then I twist out. Does that make sense? Like I curl the hair and then I twist out. Like I don't pull out, I twist out. Does that make sense? I don't pull out, but I twist out. And that just gives it like this, it just gives it like this natural type of like curl thing, wave thing going on. So So yeah, this is the final product. This is the final results. I'm telling you guys, this is like super easy. You can do this. You can do all of this within like 2 hours, honestly. Probably less than, but you can do this in like 2 hours at home. So there's no reason that you're at home looking like a whole clusterfuck because we're in quarantine. You can go on Amazon, you can order a wig off of Amazon, and you can like practice and do DIYs at home. Or you can call your girl or DM me on Instagram at NLSA Wigs, and you can get a custom unit made by me and I can ship it to you personally. I am doing a still. I am doing a $200 custom bob units for the remainder of the month, most likely, because we are in quarantine and I know you guys stimulus checks hit. So if you want to get you a little cute bob to walk around the house in so your man don't have to see you in a bonnet all day, go ahead and give me a DM. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye. Oh, wait. Did y'all forget about the elastic band? Because I sure did. I got this from Amazon. It was way bigger than this. I think it was like $7.99. I love it. You don't have to use it as that thick. You can definitely cut it in half. Sometimes I cut it in half depending on the person's head size. Me personally, since my head is so big, I can go ahead and use the entire band. So I like to flip my wigs inside out and put it on the dome cap while I stitch my elastic band on it, because it just makes it so much easier to see. If you place your fingers where your temples are in your head, that's where your elastic band should go. And I typically stitch in a diagonal stitching type of way. So basically the top of the elastic band is facing towards the back of the head, while the bottom of the elastic band is facing towards the front of the head. That's typically how I like to stitch my elastic band. I do crisscross my stitching so that way the thread does not pop and the elastic band is not detached from it. And I do like to secure both ends with knots. And yeah, that's pretty much how I install my elastic band. I do that on both sides. And yeah, pretty simple, pretty easy. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you guys in my future ones. Bye!
Yeah.